Welcome to day 4 of my 100-day practice challenge. So today I'm going to try and apply a little bit of what I've been showing you over the last few days, the dominant bebop scale that I've been practicing, and apply it to some of the chords in Sweet Georgia Brown. There are a lot of 5/7 chords in that. I've had my lesson today with my teacher, so he's encouraged me to try and put these things into practice in Sweet Georgia Brown, other tunes that you will see over the next couple of weeks. That use a lot of 5/7s. So when I first look at a piece of jazz ready for improvisation, or any genre for that matter, I want to know what I'm playing over. So I think one way to do that is to just go through and do arpeggiated patterns for all of the chords. So I'm just going to demonstrate for some of these ones. So E7, A7 and D7 are the first ones. So I would take the lowest note you can play in E7, which would be a G sharp, and just play and then try a few different patterns of doesn't matter about your bowing, you could do sets of fours. Like that. Okay, so those ones I'm pretty familiar with. F sharp again, tricky. So there's a F sharp half diminished 7 in here, which sounds like this, which is a really weird. Very strange chord. Coming from a classical background, I haven't done a lot of playing that chord particularly. So I'm going to look at that one in a bit more detail. So often when I'm doing this, I find it's useful to write out the notes just so I can see them and link them up to my violin. So I'm going to write out, so I've got F sharp, A sharp, just the letter names, and then C natural, and then E. And just have a play around with that. All right, so A sharp. Interesting sounding chord. Great piece of advice that my teacher has said is that sometimes if you can't play over the changes, that's a bit where you don't have to play. You don't have to improvise over everything. But I want to get to grips with this chord because it goes from that to a B7 to a minor 9. So I'm just going to do a bit more practice on that. Let's just do the bass chord itself again. And some of this is about finding finger patterns, so I don't want to use A sharp and then C natural with a 1 and a 3. Doesn't make sense for my fingers, so I'm going to imagine that's a B flat. Much better. So I'm just going to cross out my A sharp, change it to B flat, and then suddenly this looks much easier to play. Much easier to read, much easier to play. So sometimes it's worth just having a think about. Can you change one of the notes so it makes more sense enharmonically? Not you're actually changing the note, but how you would read it. Okay, and then I can try this other practice. so that's going to need quite a lot of practice for me to really have internalized it. So a good thing to do is just try it for a minute. So I'm not going to do that on the video, but I am going to do that and see if it makes it better. So that's something I can look at in my practice. Okay, another one is B7 flat 9. So let's just play that normally. That's the whole arpeggio. So I'm going to write out the notes for that as well. B7. So it's going to go B, D sharp, F sharp, A, and then C. So the lowest one that I can play there is A. So it's going to go. Done this with the 5-note chord, but I think I would just use that as B7. Okay, so now I've got a kind of feeling of what that's like. I could probably just chuck in a bit of arpeggio in that bit. Let's have a listen to that part of the song. So it's going from E minor. It's very easy to fall into F sharp diminished. Unusual, but again, that's just a bit that I could skip over if I was improvising for that. Leave those chords out. Sweet Georgia Brown goes really, really quickly. Okay, mostly what I want to do is look at the turnaround in the last line, which goes G7, F sharp 7, F7, E7, A minor 7, D7, and G6. A lot of chords, and these I would just do arpeggios over them until they sound comfortable to see what I can find. So here it goes. Quite like that, but I didn't get the E one. Change it up a bit. Ah. Oh, it's too fast to have a look at those first 4 chords, so I'm going to go down to 60 and see if I can find a pattern that I like for that bit. Here we go. And again, same sort of thing. See the 2-5-1 at the end I'm really familiar with. These less so. Okay. I'm getting to grips with it, so let's bring the tempo up a bit to 80. not exclusively arpeggios this time. Not sure if I'm ready to get out of the arpeggios. I quite like that. That was a mixture of just some of the arpeggios, not all of the notes, and just trying to find a line out of them. I'm going to do that again. Lost it. Okay, so maybe actually not quite ready for crotchet equals 80. Let's go a bit slower, down to 7. That's a few examples of things that I could do. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play from the beginning. Let's keep the speed not too fast, well, a slow practice speed at crotchet equals 80, and see if I can put in some of the bebop scale as well. So here we go. Oh, from the beginning. Change too fast. Alright, so still lots of practice to do in that last line. I'm going to continue that off camera. Thanks for tuning in and see you tomorrow.